After almost 6 years of episodes, it's finally happening. We're covering a Paul Naschy film on Sick Flicks. I'm sorry it took so long. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Carlos Ared's Gothic thriller, Horror Rises from the Tomb. Released in 1973, this is one of Paul Naschy's earlier starring roles. For the uninitiated, Naschy was basically Spain's answer to Lon Chaney. Naschy, like Chaney, delighted in playing monsters. From Dracula to Frankenstein's monster to The Mummy and beyond, there really wasn't a classic horror icon Naschy didn't tackle. He's arguably best known for his El Hombre Lobo Wolfman, aka the Wolfman films, wherein he played werewolf count Vladimir Daninsky. A prolific writer and actor, in 1972 alone, Naschy wrote and starred in a whopping 7 films. This genre icon wasn't as familiar to Western audiences as guys like Karloff, Price, and Christopher Lee, but his influence was no less profound. He helped elevate Spanish horror to a global audience and left a lasting legacy through his numerous films, cementing his status as a horror icon in his own right. He passed away after a battle with pancreatic cancer in 2009, but his legacy lives on through his work, which has found an appreciative audience on Blu-ray and DVD. But enough about that. Can this undead warlock eat enough Spaniards to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is sponsored by patrons Nell Barrow, James Katz, and Alexandra Martins. If you'd like to help sponsor some videos and free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. And now, let's get bloody. We open in media res. I wish someone would tell this babbling brook to pipe down. Robert Baratheon heads for Winterfell. Oh man, this is some real bull. So basically, Naschy and his lady friend here are about to be executed for witchcraft.
Men and women accused of witchcraft were burned at the stake, hanged from the gallows, or placed under the blade of the executioner.
That sounds fun. I mean, at least they had options. Man, this new season of Game of Thrones is taking forever to get going. Just keep walking. We'll find the plot sooner or later. Nah, screw it. This spot is as good as any. Let's get this thing rolling. Hey, is that the Tree of Woe? I think they tied Conan to that thing. Alright guys, here's today's shooting schedule. We're gonna kill these two, then break for lunch. Oh wait, he's gonna read the charges.
You are about to hear of all your evil crimes for which the just tribunal of Carcassonne has condemned you.
Look at Paul Naschy. What a bear. It'd be the first time I've got out-beared on my own show. And he's not gonna take this sitting down. And I don't mean just because he's standing.
You will pay. I shall be back. I'll be back.
I'll be back? At the Tree of Woe? Naschy just going full Schwarzenegger here. There can be only one. I'd show you his lady friend's curse speech, but she does it upside down and topless. And you know how PrudeTube feels about boobs. Now it's time to branch out into some credits. Pretty low effort title card. Vic Winner? Like Victory Winner? Seems redundant. Definitely no one here pretending to be American. Screenplay by Paul Naschy under his real name. The story behind the Naschy name was that he was told by a German distributor to pick a name that would be more marketable in the global film market. He took Paul from the Pope, and Nagy became Naschy from one of his favorite weightlifters according to legend. Oh, and he had to write this script in like 36 hours. Total madness. And directed by Carlos Ared. So Naschy really liked working with director Leon Klimovsky, but the filmmaker was busy with another project. Ared was an assistant to Klimovsky who took on the directorial duties here. And Back to the Future with a city establishing shot. Hey, it's modern day Paul Naschy. He wrote this thing, now he's gonna play like 3 parts. What a renaissance man. Oh, hey, come on in. I'm just working on my Bob Ross paint-by-numbers kit. I'm just gonna put some happy little headless warlocks over here. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I just stopped by to sell you some life insurance. Did you know 68% of people over the age of 50 don't have enough insurance to cover their funeral expenses? Nah, screw it. I just came for the J&B. Wait, where'd this chick come from? Oh man, we got ladies everywhere. Hey, get a room, you two. Look at Naschy's lady. Why don't you ever eat my face like that? Then Naschy's lady drops this bombshell.
You don't know how long I've been trying to get married to Hugo. And no luck.
Lady, he's Paul Naschy. He's not gonna settle down with one woman. Why does Naschy look like a young Ted Cruz in this getup? Hey, that's not J&B. Whoa, did they invite Vincent Price over for drinks? Now I want this guy to do lines from Thriller. Anyway, there's a big seance tomorrow. but Naschy isn't interested.
But you can't tell me you really believe all this nonsense.
But he's going to go anyway because he's got a plan.
Perhaps I'll ask for Alaric de Marnac. According to the legend, they buried his head somewhere.
Oh yeah, asking the headless warlock to show himself sounds like a great idea. I mean, what could go wrong?
I'd be anxious to call up Mabille de Lancret.
Mabille de Lancret?
Yes. Yes, she was the mistress of Alaric. She was found guilty as well as he.
Oh god, these two are totally my kind of people. This reminds me of being a kid and trying to summon Astaroth with my Ouija board. Sorry, I can't attend the seance. I need to go shopping for a new ascot and finish my painting. Tonight on the World Series of Poker. Great, Grandma fell asleep mid-seance again. Tension breaker. Had to be done. And it looks like something is starting to rise.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. I mean this table. Oh, hey, old Naschy is back. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. I call tonight's tale Horror Rises from the Tomb. Great, her narcolepsy kicked in mid-seance. Man, maybe I should have gone to the seance. I bet they're having fun without me. This is like the longest Fulci eye zoom ever. Oh man, I forgot to paint a head on this dude. It's okay though. There are no mistakes when painting. Just happy little accidents. Ian, Sarah, any thoughts on this painting?
It stinks.
Yeah, I'm no art critic, but I agree. Oh, come on. It was just half a canvas 20 seconds ago. No way he did all that. I bet Paul Naschy's gonna be pissed he put him in his painting, too. And old Paul shows up. This looks nothing like me. Clearly, this guy doesn't take criticism well. Later on, Naschy's debunking the seance.
It was nothing more than a trick, a fraud, and an old trick besides. The voice, an old recording.
It's like a real-time fact check. Fulci eye zoom. Even though this isn't a Fulci movie. Suddenly, it's like a Pebble song up in here. Is that a deep cut? I don't even know anymore. This guy totally mistimed his fall in front of the car for a fake insurance claim scam. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh, but it's all a ruse. These guys are hoods. Looks like this guy's gonna cut to the chase. And now Naschy's doling out pimp fists right in the breadbasket. With the sure you can. Great, they wrecked the Benz. If the airbag's deployed, that thing's totaled. Don't worry though, this guy's not only a painter, he's an ASE certified mechanic.
It's the radiator. Impossible to go on.
Wait, don't start the next scene without me. And these guys blasted him. Are they supposed to be heroes? I am very confused by this movie's Grand Theft Auto carjacking interlude right now. Man, check out that stash and those sideburns. This dude might be more Wolfman than Naschy. Man, taking your kills back to camp is a real drag. The bad news is the Ben's a shot. The worst news is this guy has a new car for them.
Go down to the village and bring the Citroen.
Ooh, the Citroen. Talk about a downgrade. Might as well have given them a Yugo. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. Come on, Naschy. You never flash your wad of cash like this. You're just begging to get robbed. Anyway, they're gonna welcome him to the village with this human piñata. He's probably full of candy. I was going to call this slow-mo, but it seems more like snow-mo. Villa establishing shot. Oh, so what happened to the snow? Continuity is hard. And it looks like the Grateful Dead are just off screen, judging by all this smoke. Hey, is she Cruella de Vil? Is that jacket made of 101 Dalmatians? And who the hell are these two? Anyway, here's Larry minus his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl dropping off some ominous exposition.
Many have gone down into the tunnels, but they have never returned.
Hey, is Naschy wearing lipstick? Alright, who's ready to get smashed? Hey, there's a great rack in this scene.
Hell yeah.
No, I meant the antlers on the wall. We got 3 guys digging. Gonna find that plot sooner or later. Sorry, gas station burritos were a bad idea. Gonna poop in one of the holes you guys are digging. The reality here is this guy is having these weird acid flashbacks where he sees Naschy as the warlock or something. Not entirely sure, honestly. Oh, he's seen Troy McClure's Dig Your Own Grave and Save. Finally, someone found One-Eyed Willie's treasure. I mean, these guys are on the prowl for some booty.
Hell yeah.
No, the booty in the chest. Settle down, pervs. Back inside, Paul's got a great prank idea.
Why don't we play a trick on the girls? What do you mean? Can you imagine if we walked into their rooms in white sheets?
Well, they'll either think you're ghosts or in the Klan. I'm sure it'll be hilarious either way, or something. And these two have opened the chest. And it's as underwhelming as when Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault. Must be down in the red light district. Then Gaston shows up. Don't be plundering my booty. Wait, that came out wrong. And so much for Gaston. I'd say he was sickled pink, but this is more red. And totally random football practice. Weirdest Ed Powers casting couch video ever. Or so I hear. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the Ark of the Covenant down here for safekeeping. I mean, maybe he just has some things he wants to get off his chest. Or maybe he's just taking chest day very literally. Tommy boy, are you out there playing with your dinghy? Oh God, it's a funeral. They didn't even weigh him down. House establishing shot. Anyway, Paul and the gang are ready to get the hell out of Dodge. But there are problems.
We've got no gasoline and there's no way of getting any. We're in a trap, Hugo.
You know what would make your monologue more interesting? Lighting up this Philly blunt. Wait, is this movie really gonna make the main killer discount Father Guido Sarducci? Oh yeah, deep thought time. As a child, you can't swear when adults are around. As an adult, you can't swear when there are kids around. Now she's seeing Discount Manson. Why is she even wearing this robe? I mean, what's the point? And now Guido's got her. Great, the cleaning lady's dead. Now who's gonna do the dishes? And hey, it's time for another captivating round of the blame game.
It's all your fault. You dragged us into this!
And he pimp slapped Paul Naschy? He better settle down. Sure. Let's shoot this in extreme close-up for no reason. Oh man, looks like they're about to do the Naschy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that. This is why Naschy was so great as a werewolf. He's got some dog in him. This dude's so high he thinks the trees are talking to him. I've been there. Oh damn, are they shooting a Whitesnake video over here? Do you kids even remember the Tawny Katane Whitesnake videos? Christ, I'm old. Fulci eye zoom. Holy shit, this is like a commercial for the Pure Mood CD. Imagine a world where time drifts slowly. Honestly, I don't have to imagine. I'm watching this movie. Claudio Fragasso, house establishing shot. I guess the fact this guy's not blinking is supposed to signal he's now possessed. Or it could just be this pimp fist. That was a sad looking punch. Is it just me, or does Naschy kind of look like the love child of Bob Hope and Bruce Campbell? Oh yeah, this year's Fire Festival looks lit. Oh man, look at this effect. It's just Paul Naschy's head with his body under a table. Also, does this make these people head hunters?
With the blood of my enemies running through your veins, you will serve and help me accomplish my vengeance.
If he's just a head, how is he talking? He has no lungs. I'll say this, Naschy's Mr. Rogers sweater game is on point. Anyway, Naschy's gathered everyone up for a scavenger hunt. First one to find his body wins a prize. Wait, it's right here in a tomb with his name on it. Jesus, this game is easy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell Sterling this is how you deadlift. Real head, fake head. And now his head and body are reunited. It feels so good. Rise from your grave. Man, that had a very Undertaker vibe to it. And here's a special lady. This could be the one time where the phrase jumping her bones is literal and not a euphemism. I think it's probably time to end your cut and get back to bulking. And now that they've sacrificed one of the girls, his main squeeze is back. Man, I am really digging this Naschy Danzig cosplay. Chef's kiss. And so much for Father Guido. I offer you my heart. Literally. Town establishing shot. I wonder what happened to those crazy guys from the start who sold them the car. This must have been Playboy in the old days. I'm just reading it for this Gore Vidal interview. Well, I guess he doesn't need the magazine anymore. I mean, unless he really was reading that article. And holy full frontal. No way PruTube's gonna like that. Dude must have had an itch on his back he really couldn't reach. Oh, hi there. So, if I'm reading this right, Naschy and his bride just came back from the grave because they were really horny? Well, well, well. And what have they found here?
Thor's hammers. They were in the possession of my family for centuries.
Shut up! Do you guys want to get sued by Disney and Marvel? Oh, so does this mean Naschy was going to be Thor? Because I'd watch that movie. I mean, look, he picked them right up. And now even Naschy's bored of this shit. So anyway, the hammers are on a chain and supposed to be a ward against evil. Let's see if that works. Hey, what do you know? It actually does work. Not to be pedantic, but this boat would work better in the water. Over at the house, it looks like horror isn't the only thing rising from the tomb because Gaston is back. Oh yeah, we're dead tired. Mind if we crash here? Hey, let us in. This Dead and Breakfast got great reviews on Yelp. We just want to rent a room. And it looks like things might be about to heat up. You know, because he has a torch. Maybe he can burn their eyes out so they can go be in a Blind Dead movie. Fine. We know when we're not welcome. We're leaving. Get the NBA Jam guy because this guy is on fire. House establishing shot. Even though we never left the house. Hey, how's Maurice back and not possessed anymore?
I wandered around for hours and hours. Then, fortunately, during the night, I was able to find refuge in a cave.
I think he's just reading his lines off a cue card outside the window. Naschy is glad to have him back, though. Maurice, I just can't quit you. That dude might need some Visine. I like the new casual hunting gear here. No one will ever spot Naschy in his burgundy slacks. Yeah, this year's indica crop is coming in nicely. I sure hope Maurice isn't going to try to kill him now, because that would negate the whole bros before hoes thing. Also, could his shirt have any more buttons? And down goes Naschy. Does this mean the movie is over? Yeah, it must be. Even this chick's like, Naschy's dead. I'm out. Maurice can't finish her off, though. Her Slick Rick starter kit necklace will protect her.
This monster has me dominated. It's turned me into the killer of my best friend.
So, wait. Touching it cured him? I think this movie is making up the rules as it goes. Also, I don't know if his career as a grief counselor is really going to work out.
You loved Hugo, didn't you? And your father and your sister both murdered cruelly by this monster.
House establishing shot. Even though we're still in the house. So, fun fact, this was actually Naschy's family home. They shot here and actually damaged it some during the zombie scene, apparently. Now Maurice is looking over the script. He wrote this thing in 36 hours? Yeah, I can definitely tell. Oh, and bad news. The necklace doesn't work on lady monsters.
They can only be destroyed if a young woman with a pure soul is capable in the attempt of piercing its heart with a silver needle.
Oh, hey, could that be Chekhov's Silver Needle? Very subtle movie. All right, time to trim up those split ends. Back outside, looks like the bonfire's going. Who's ready for s'mores? Oh, hey, here's our criminals from earlier. They're plotting criminal things.
You know what we'll find in that house. Silver, jewels, and who knows what else. They're filthy rich.
But Naschy's not down with that. Oh, baby, you look good enough to eat. Man, she just ripped his heart right out. I really can't believe we traded Naschy for this dude as our hero. This is like dorkier Mike Brady. All right, let's go find the climax. But all they really find is some spooky RGB lighting. Well, that was a dead end. I'm out of ideas. Fragasso House establishing shot. That's a nice collection of Franklin Mint collectible plates they have on the wall. Also, there's like 10 minutes left in this movie. Shouldn't you guys, actually be doing something? Man, those ghost guys have really improved their stage show since this was made. Well, okay, I guess we can play around and ring around the rosy. Our heroes, still not doing anything at all with 7 minutes left. Nice work. It's okay, though. The climax is coming to them.
Hell yeah.
No, I mean the end of the movie is outside. And of course Maurice heads out. Because he's thinking with the little head. God, there's no booze left. How am I going to get to the end of this movie? And the Naschy is coming from inside the house. Wonder Woman. Is Naschy wearing Lee press-on nails? Go complain about his fingernails instead of mine. And here comes Maurice. Back, demon. The power of Thor compels you. So this is the key to beating a resurrected warlock. Just menacing him with Flavor Flav's necklace. Nothing's happening. Might as well squeeze in one last kill. Yeah, that kitten's got claws. Oh, and here comes Chekhov's Silver Spike. Oh man, she's looking smoking. Well, that was going on. Naschy nailed Maurice with an axe, but you couldn't see anything, so I didn't clip it. But it looks like Naschy isn't a Cheech and Chong flick, because he's going up in smoke. Oh, there's Maurice. Maybe she can pawn Thor's hammers and start a new life. Man, I knew that Taco Bell was a bad idea. Heads and bodies will roll. And our final girl walks off into a Claudio Fragasso production. Then she tosses Thor's hammers into like 3 inches of water. Yeah, no one will ever find them there. So, what have we learned from Horror Rises from the Tomb? Well, for starters, that you could write an entire script in 36 hours. Sure, it probably won't make a lick of sense, but you could do it. Personally, I have a real fondness for Naschy's work and this 70s Euro horror in general, but I'd never try to convince you that Horror Rises from the Tomb is actually good. It's more wonderfully inept than anything. Naschy is always a good time, and this one is no exception, even though the whole thing is flawed in just about every way imaginable. But I still love it. Anyway, enough about that. Can horror rises from the tomb kill enough hapless country bumpkins to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, this one is pretty middle of the road. We're treated to decapitations, ripped out hearts, sliced throats, a ripped open chest, and lots of cherry nail polish blood. The effects are a bit primitive by today's standards, but they still mostly work. This one isn't a splatterfest, but there's definitely enough carnage here to warrant a 3 barf bag rating. This is a modestly sick little flick. Looking for another Euro horror period piece? Then be sure to check out my review of Devil's Story. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.